I just watched Iron Man 2.
Well, here's what I thought of Iron Man 2.
Disappointed.
Very disappointed.
I'm so disappointed.
Disappointed!
So disappointing.
Another disappointment.
Disappointed!
Disappointed.
On so many levels.
It's nice, right? Is it good?
No.
Watching Iron Man 2 was like when Grandma treats the family to her famous beef stew, but uses expired cranberry juice in the secret broth because she drank all the cooking sherry the previous evening while watching a VHS copy of Knight Rider 2000.
Here we are, alone at last.
I mean, come on, fucktard, this should have been easy. You set the template.
I am Iron Man.
All you had to do was follow it. Hell, better it. One of the freedoms of sequels is that you don't need to waste time introducing the characters, right? But astoundingly, barring the skydiving intro, which is cool, but nothing we haven't seen already, you don't even see Stark in the Iron Man suit until well past the 30-minute mark of the film. Instead, we're treated to a press conference, Senate inquiries, peppered with, get it, peppered? Unconvincing, mumbled conversations that come across like footage of the actors on an improv retreat.
Do you have the sniffles? I don't want to get sick.
Did you just
Keep your
donate
distance.
our entire modern art collection to the
Boy Scouts of
Boy
America.
Scouts of America?
Yes, it is a worthwhile.
Sorry, but you don't go to an Iron Man movie for this kind of bullshit. Of course, they had to introduce the villain, and we were all looking forward to see what Mickey Rourke would do with the role of Vanko. Hey, incidentally, have you guys noticed how Russian people sometimes pronounce their W's as V's? Unrelated, just an interesting aside. So they introduce us to Vanko by showing him in a dark corridor with his back to the camera where he seems to be, well, living up to his name if you're a fucking Russian. Of course, we all know they were just promoting the good old-fashioned masturbation agenda, don't we? Oh, you'd love that, wouldn't you, you Hollywood anti-human eugenicist elite? Billions pleasuring themselves with zero risk of population increase. Oh, I'm on to you, elite movie execs. I'm all over your asses. Anyway, once he's finished jacking off in that dark corner, Wenky goes back to his dying father's side, not even stopping to wash his hands, mind you, and holds him while he dies. And oh boy, was Vanko upset by his dad dying. Oh, look at that fucker scream, Rosebud! Hey? So presumably he's going to plan a really nice funeral service with lots of flowers and tasteful mahogany, maybe in a church. No, he immediately starts building a steampunk shoulder harness with fucked up electrical whip arms in a long-winded rip-off of the Nightmare on Elm Street opening credits sequence. So the dude never fucking buried his father then? I mean, come on, Wanky, just a small service would suffice. Maybe mix your father's ashes with a bottle of Russian stereotype vodka and sprinkle it into some snow? No? Just gonna build those transhumanist whip arms, are you? On the topic, why whips? There's a reason we abandoned whips when we invented swords and then abandoned swords when we invented fucking guns. Maybe you watched a little bit too much Indiana Jones as a kid, did you, Vanko? But if that's the case, shouldn't you have a hat? You know, not an old school cowboy hat, something more modern and electrified to match the whips. Maybe something like this. But surely there are other things to like here. Don Cheadle, right? Good actor. Yeah? Yet I can only remember one moment where he talks and I was interested in what he was saying. And that was mainly because of the hypnotic way his nostrils were flaring at the time. And on the topic of roads, look, I'll just say it. Unless you're a racist, are you racist? And you think all black people look the same, it should be obvious that Rose has either had some pretty serious cosmetic surgery or has changed actors due to a contract dispute.
Get out.
Look, replacing an actor in a pivotal role is a fucked up thing to do. But if you're gonna do it, dear God, why not do it with that hunchback slurring waif, Gwyneth Paltrow? I fucking hate Gwyneth Paltrow. If there was ever an actor just born to play a live-action version of Montgomery Burns, it's her.
Rich people feel things more deeply than the common man.
When she's on screen speaking, I can't help visualising little flecks of AIDS on her lips. Oh!
Have you been been drinking?
Anyway, before I wrap up, I just need to mention the special effects. The first movie stood out because it made a man in an iron suit feel believable. But apparently for Iron Man 2, they fired all those expensive, talented artisans and replaced them with a bunch of monkeys with attention deficit disorder. Because the physics in this movie wouldn't even get a pass from an eccentric anime porn director. And what about putting the Iron Man suit into a suitcase and having it self-assemble around Robert Downey Jr. without any form of propulsion or means of physical movement? Why not just have a flock of giant eagles turn up at the end and save him too? And then the final climactic action scene was so banal and pointless that I actually considered getting out my mobile phone and rewatching that video of the monkey picking his own asshole and falling off the log while sniffing it. Oh, Iron Man 2, how I wanted to love you. I had a little bit of love in my heart reserved just for you, I did. Now I'm going to have to find a new outlet for that love, like rubbing up against women in business suits on the subway. So I hope you're happy, Favreau, you cunt, because the violated women in business suits won't be.
I really do have love to give. I just don't know where to put it.
Iron Man 2! 1.5 stars for Sam Rockwell, who I didn't even mention is the best thing about this film! Listen, don't make me threaten you or your family with physical violence to get you to like and subscribe, okay? Just click the button and we can all go back to our empty, meaningless lives, alright?